The grand mansion was hushed, save for the gentle ticking of the grandfather clock and the intoxicating aroma of roasted chicken, bubbling gravy, and a particularly pungent wedge of Gorgonzola cheese wafting from the kitchen. Tom, the sleek gray house cat, was sprawled elegantly across a velvet cushion, one ear twitching, a whisker quivering. His dreams were undoubtedly of chasing mice, preferably with a triumphant, tail-wagging flourish. Suddenly, a tiny whiskered nose poked out from a crack in the wainscoting. Jerry, the perpetually mischievous mouse, sniffed the air, his beady eyes gleaming with unholy intent. That Gorgonzola was calling his name. He scurried out, a tiny brown blur against the polished floor. Tom's eyes snapped open, twin emeralds fixed on his nemesis. Meow, he declared, a sound that meant, aha, you're mine. The chase was on. Tom pounced, a blur of gray fur and frustrated feline fury. Jerry, a mere brown streak, zipped under the grand dining table, weaving between the ornate legs. Tom skidded on a loose rug, ending up in a dazed heap, his paws tangled in a doily. Jerry, with a wicked gleam in his eye, yanked a tablecloth, plates spun like frisbees, gravy boats capsized, and a perfectly roasted potato bounced off of Tom's head. Ouch! He yowled, shaking off a glob of cranberry sauce. Tom retaliated. He fashioned a makeshift trap, a colander balanced precariously on a stack of cookbooks, baited with a crumb of chicken. Jerry, feigning ignorance, strolled right under it. Tom yanked the string, the colander swung down, missing Jerry entirely, but instead snagged the corner of a hanging tapestry, sending it cascading down onto Tom, who emerged looking like a grumpy, fur-covered ghost. The kitchen became a whirlwind of flying foodstuffs and flailing limbs. Tom tried to snare Jerry with the broom, only for Jerry to use the bristles as a trampoline, bouncing onto the top of the refrigerator. Tom, in a desperate leap, missed the ledge and landed headfirst in a bowl of whipped cream. He surfaced looking like a bewildered, sugary yeti. Jerry, meanwhile, had found his prize. Perched on the very top of the cheese board, he took a triumphant bite of the Gorgonzola, letting out a tiny, contented squeak. Just then, the front door opened. Mr. and Mrs. Higgins entered, their cheerful chatter dying in their throats as they surveyed the culinary carnage. The dining table was a disaster zone, the kitchen floor a slippery mosaic of gravy, mashed potatoes, and a very sticky cat. "Tom!" roared Mr. Higgins, his face turning a shade redder than the spilled wine. Tom, dripping cream and looking utterly miserable, pointed a paw weakly at Jerry, who was now daintily wiping his whiskers with a napkin and winking at Tom. Tom found himself unceremoniously banished to the backyard, a very soggy cat contemplating a long night under the stars. But as the moon rose, casting long shadows, a tiny, satisfied burp echoed from within the house, and a solitary, defiant meow from the yard. Tomorrow, after all, was another day for chaos.